Well, I've never been a kid that developed a fascination with bugs and learned a lot about. There was a kid like this I met in Vietnam. My God, he knew a lot about bugs. Might even know about these stink bugs people call here. They're kind of new to me for noticing them or just not being in areas where they're so common. And some people think they're more common than usual. I'm not sure. I haven't verified enough on that. But I got to say that in studying their behaviors is I find they're very good at getting into things, and then after that I can't tell other than just being killed and maybe releasing molecules. I can't tell what they want to do after they get to where they want to get, including indoor stuff a lot. As soon as the door opens, they sneak in, and after that it's just looking at the view outside. I don't know. They're interesting. They're interesting because they pose a curiosity for me, so I'll have to study them more and look into it. So in this 24-hour period that I'm in, I'm doing a last blitz to meet four reasonable goals in my life that would, let's say, give a last chance to my staying here. And and one of them is related to a romantic pursuit. Uh, One is related to work industries that I would prefer. One is related to leisure activity that I would prefer, which I mentioned already. And the other is related to, I know what it is, I just can't remember it at this time. But one of them, which I mentioned already, is I came up with a what if scenario that is really embarrassing for me because it is linked to reality. Uh, Except, that doesn't make me any worse than anybody else, but that would also be a great scenario to explain and get your attention because it's a particular topic and it embarrasses me, but it would get your attention maybe long enough to use that what if scenario to explain the flaws in your thinking. And it's not, the flaw is not that that it's embarrassing to me. The flaw is to run a scenario where what if this happened this way or this way, and both outcomes stem from the same initial event, right? And because of the outcome, you decide that initial event is good or bad based on whatever outcome turns out. And of course, the one where you would find that initial outcome not so bad is because that initial event not so bad is because that outcome in the future for you looks positive. But when I tell you that what if scenario, you're going to automatically think that it's bad. And it's not the embarrassing to me part that is bad. The bad is you're going to assume that the most likely outcome, which is that that end product would not manifest making that initial event good, is, how to judge that initial event. And it's true that, that it might be more likely based on how you guys think and how you guys are capable of whatever maturation process is. You're going to think that initial event, which is essentially neutral until these two possible outcomes manifest, one more likely to happen and also uh, would be likely to happen faster than the other one that would take more time. Now, both outcomes are possible springing out from that initial event. And the event is it would be me doing something and that I already do once in a while, and many of you do. and just presenting a scenario. What if, stemming from that event, things go this way, where you would jump on me as being a bad guy, although most of you do stuff like this, and the end outcome is also many of you would think it's a wonderful, funny story if that end outcome comes out, and it might be embarrassing, but it'd be romantic as well. Oh, I gave you too much information so far, but it is linked to the romantic 24-hour period goal that I gave myself as a last spritz or blitz or whatever to make a final attempt to see, okay, maybe it was too predictable what would happen here, and because you guys are very predictable with your HSD. And, it doesn't hurt that I'm above average at making psychological profiles of people, and I would do that when I believe it is important to do so. So, still, I think doing my due diligence to be more objective as an independent social scientist, and also to possibly fulfill my social needs, or yeah, let's call them social needs, because all four could fall under it. As an individual, it's kind of my due diligence to give it one last try, because what if it would make a lot of the problem solving that I have to do now, and the life changing decisions that I have to do now, no longer required. Let me think for a second, because I forgot what the fourth thing is, and it should come to me easy. Give me a second. Oh, yes. Well, I guess the other one didn't come to me easily because it's related to maybe more biological needs, and it's related to housing or lodging.